Alright guys, welcome back. I'm really excited for this one. So, I got a big box in yesterday, had a lot of goodies in it. I'll go ahead and start showing some of it off. I'll also put a timestamp up on screen for like when the review starts right now, so you guys can know. But starting off, I got a handful of AR boxes. Obviously, these are what we're going to be looking at in this video. Really excited for these. So these were kind of like first releases at Hobby Expo China. I don't think these are exclusive though. I'm pretty sure these are just regular releases. AR Box, they've lately been in a habit of releasing stuff first at events and then selling it at their flagship stores in China and then sending some of them out to like distributors. So I got all this stuff from RC Mart right here. So I got these two Camel Trophy Land Rovers. I also did pick up the new Porsches that they released, which I'm also really excited about. I was going back and forth between the Porsches and the Land Rovers to deciding what I want to do tonight. We'll probably do these in the next video, but the blue Porsche 911, the F model, first gen, really cool. They also have this 911 Carrera 992.1 in silver, so those are going to be really fun to take a look at. I did get a Kaido House in, so I don't collect Kaido House anymore. If any of you guys have been watching the channel for any considerable amount of time, you will know that I don't collect Kaido House. Just not a big fan of them, but I really like this one. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't really care about the car that's in here. I really like Larry Chen, and I freaking love his M3 build, the 711 M3 build that he has. I actually don't know if this is an actual M3. This might have been a 325IS that he built into an M3. Either way, it's really cool. He's built it like a complete like track version of it. It is really cool. I love the real photo on the box, the real photos on the box. And there's just a lot of really cool things on this car that like you kind of don't really know unless you like work on German cars and stuff. For example, this thing has FCP Euro sponsors. That's like the main website that I buy my car parts from. Same with like the Garagistic stuff. I have Garagistic parts on my cars. So like it was really cool to me. It's got some really cool photos on the box. Yeah, really cool photos. The model's alright. I don't hate the Kaido House M3 casting, but I don't really like it. I guess we're going on a tangent here, but I was really confused when they did this as a Kaido House and not a Mini GT. Because Mini GT has the M3 casting. They could have easily recreated this car more accurately than Kaido House. Like, I don't know. But anyways, I did get it. I will probably review this at some point, but again, don't really care about the car. I just really like the whole packaging and presentation. I think overall, Kaido House does do a really good job on packaging, especially when they collaborate with real people, real cars. So I did pick up that. I got a few Tarmac works in as well. Some Hobby 64 stuff. So Lancia Delta HF Integrale from 1992 Safari Rally. This one looks really cool with like the stuff on the front, like the bumper and the light bar, the big giant mud flaps. So this one's really neat. I also got another Bentley, the silver one released. Kind of looking at it, it doesn't look, it actually doesn't look very good, but we'll get into that with the review, obviously. Still a cool car. 2019 Bathurst 12-hour. And then finally, this guy right here, Audi A4 Quattro from Super Tourenwagen Cup 1998 in the DHL livery. This one also looks really, really good. So, yeah, pretty nice haul. Got quite a bit of cool stuff. I do have a RC Mart shipment that got stuck in customs for like 8 days, but I think it finally got released. So that has a bunch of new Mini GT releases in it. There's another order that should be here tomorrow with new Mini GTs in it. So I've been doing a lot of non-Mini GT stuff lately, and we're going to have to get back into it because I've got a lot of Mini GTs, not only on the desk, but coming in the mail. There's going to be a ton. So yeah, I probably do need to start doing some back-to-back videos here soon just to catch up because I've got a lot to do, as you can see. So yeah, we're going to get into these Land Rovers. I did pull out, I'm going to move these over to the side because I do have some stuff for the background. So I did pull out my Mini GT Camel Trophy Land Rovers. I realized though that I do not have any Land Rover 90s and Camel Trophy. I don't know if, I can't quite remember off the top of my head if Mini DT has done any 90s or if they've all been the 110s, but I do have some pretty cool ones. We can kind of do like some quick side-by-side comparison because the Mini GT castings have always been phenomenal in my opinion. This is my favorite one that they've ever done. As you can see, it's the dirty version. Very old release. This is Mini GT number 221. Really cool. 1989 Team UK winner. Really cool in the dirty version. They did such a good job with it. So I do have that one. I also have, I guess, kind of more of a recent release, 751. I guess this was probably like 2 years ago this came out, but this was 1989 Team Japan. I figured I'd get this one too. There was a point in time where I didn't really care that much about Land Rovers, but I did want a couple of the Camel Trophy versions, so I ended up getting the dirty version here, and then I also just got one clean version. So this is actually all I have for the 110s. And then not too long ago, this released 1144. This was the Range Rover from 1981, and from like now, as we go forward, I will be getting every single Camel Trophy car that comes out because now I really like them. I didn't really used to, so there are some missing. But yeah, so this is the little Mini GT lineup I have here that we'll kind of compare. But yeah, these are kind of just like new, fresh. Like Mini GT has not done the support unit, and I don't think they've done a Land Rover 90 for Camel Trophies. So these are going to be really cool. I have very briefly seen some actual photos of these, but I haven't really looked into them too much to see what they look like. I'll go ahead and put a timestamp up now. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. I'll also say what I paid for them. I'll put it up on screen. These were, I believe these were all between $20 and $25 on RCMore. I can't remember. I want to say they were around $22 a piece for all the ARs. I'll just put the these Camel Trophy ones up now, and they are still available from what I know. So if you guys watch this and want to go buy any of these AR boxes, RC Mart does have them. In fact, they even have the silver Zonda F that we looked at not too long ago in stock too for only $46. So really cool boxes too. I like the AR box like branding. It's just pretty cool. It's got the big like Camel Trophy logo on it that kind of wraps around the side of the box. It's just really cool. This is collection number 25. Land Rover 90 Camel Trophy Borneo 1985, obviously 1/64 scale. It does have the Land Rover licensing on the side right here. There's the back side of the box, pretty much the same thing. And then here on the bottom, you'll have more of the information here. So yeah, and then here's the box for the number 26. Land Rover 110 Camel Trophy, Support Unit Borneo 1985. And then again, here's the information here. My colors are getting like washed out in this video for some reason. Hopefully that doesn't, hopefully it's not on the car. But anyways, we'll get these cracked open. Oh, these don't come in acrylics. Okay, that's a first. I think every single AR box I've had up until this point has come in an acrylic thing. Okay, we got some accessories in here too. We get to accessorize. Okay. That is pretty neat. Comes with a little card. So there's that. Yeah, this is, I think this is the first one that's coming to blister. I guess it makes sense with the trucks being like much higher ground clearance. I guess it makes sense for them to come in this style of packaging rather than an acrylic like screwed onto the base. It does have what I assume is a quality control pass on it. I've noticed that on several of these AR boxes. So we'll go ahead and put this back in here. And I guess we can go ahead and open up the other one too. Just get a little nice unboxing experience going. So this one's also in a tray. I think all the Land Rovers are going to be. It kind of makes sense now. So here's the card for this one. And again, this one also has a little quality control pass on it. At least I think that's what that is. I can't see what else it would be. Oh, this thing is cool. These look really good so far. Obviously we haven't really looked at them yet, but I think these are going to be better than the Mini DTs. Obviously don't know yet, but let's go ahead and take a look at this Land Rover 90. So again, it's got all these accessories, which I believe we can put on the roof rack, but let's go ahead and take a look at the model first and kind of check it out, and then we'll play around with that stuff. So first off, the color and the paint Looks really nice. I will say it's a little bit more of a rich tan color than the Mini DTs. I guess we can just do a little comparison with that. As you can see, the Mini DTs are a much lighter color, and the AR boxes are a little bit more, almost a little bit more golden, which, to be completely honest, I don't know if either of them are more accurate than the other. And another thing that, and it was kind of the reason I decided to do these Land Rovers instead of the Porsches tonight, is I figured out that ARBox has been doing suspension on these Land Rovers. These are the first Land Rovers I have from them. Check that out. They have suspension. That is so freaking cool. Yeah, actually really good suspension too. You can actually see the springs up in there. So that by itself is awesome. Because what did I say these were? Like 25 bucks? Now I'm like second guessing. I'm going to click into RC Mart real quick. I've got my computer on right now. Yeah, how much did I pay for these? I believe they were, let's see here. Okay, these Land Rovers were $26. These ones were a little bit more expensive than the other stuff. But I mean, even then, okay, this is like Tarmac Works Hobby 64 price. Really nice suspension. That is cool. Do these roll? If these roll and have good suspension, that's actually pretty big. Yeah, these roll really well. What about the support unit? Those are some of the smoothest rolling diecast I think I've ever had. Holy. Okay. So yeah, working suspension, I believe, on both of them. Yep, they've all got working suspension. That is awesome. Okay, good suspension. They roll really well. That's already a huge plus for a lot of people. And then just like the overall feel, they feel very solid. I believe they have metal bases. Yeah, so what I'm noticing here is the actual like flat base is all metal. And then I think a lot of this like underside detail is going to be in plastic, like the suspension components are plastic. So metal base with a bunch of plastic detail on it. At least I think this is plastic. Maybe it is metal. Actually, no, I think all of this is metal except for the suspension. Except for like these little like axle pieces that go across. I think this is all metal. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's all metal. And these are, yeah, this is definitely all metal. It's all just one piece. Okay, that's awesome. So metal bases, working suspension, very well rolling. That already is just huge. So wheels also look really good. They've got nice tread on the tires. Because, I mean, these are off-road. So they're going to have big, beefy tires. Obviously, we're not comparing car to car, but actually, the Mini GT's wheels do look pretty good too. But the ARBox actually put a little black on the lug nuts in there, and also like that centerpiece. Mini GT just did that little tiny dot in the center. I think these are slightly different wheels though, so like I'm not really doing like a hard comparison. Also, the tires look a lot better on the Almost Real too. But again, we're looking at different years, different cars. So like I'm really not trying to do a comparison. But yeah, tires and wheels look really good on the AR boxes. Really, really like that. It's also got the spare up on the hood right here, which it's got an actual rubber tire. That's legit just a spare wheel. It's also got one on the back as well, which, yeah, same thing, just a complete spare wheel. Very, very cool. And then here's the front view. So you'll notice this little grill at the front. That's actually photo etched metal inside there. Or maybe it's photo etched plastic. It's some sort of photo etched material, but that honeycomb looks really good. Everything looks like it's applied pretty well. There's a little bit of like extra residue on this side. I'm going to be careful because I really don't want to break these, but that looks pretty damn good. It's got the winch up at the front too, so you can see the little hook, and then obviously the winch, and it comes in, it's wrapped up in there, like down in that little cylindrical piece. This is the little electric motor right there. I'm trying to get a look at the headlights. They look like they're nice, like lensed acrylic with the vertical line texture on them. It's a little bit hard to see them through the front bumper. I mean, you definitely can see them, but like a clear view. So that looks nice. Little orange turn indicators on the sides look like they're just painted, which is totally fine. And same thing with these, I assume these are like fog lights up here on the top corners. Those are also just painted, but looks really good. The front grille looks good as well. Land Rover badge in there. So yeah, that is cool. You've got the shovel right here, which I mean, even that alone is actually it's been a while. No, the mini GTs don't look too bad. Actually, I think both these brands are going to do really well with this, but that shovel is very nicely detailed, a little bit more than the mini GT. I think there's another tool over here. Is that just another shovel? It might be. But then it's also got this snorkel piece, which is a whole separate thing that comes up. Little cone at the top for the air intake, like the filter. Man, this is so cool. It's got these little auxiliary lights up on the side, and those are actually lensed off with acrylic, and so are the lights at the top. It's got a little bit of silver in the background, and then it's got the clear acrylic lens. That was one thing that I had always said I wish the Mini GT did, was lens off the lights. And then also, you'll look at the snorkels. The AR box is way more detailed than the Mini GT. Again, we're not comparing the same cars. I'm sorry, I know. People get mad when I do that. Just kind of like overall detail is what we're kind of looking at here. It's got the Camel trophy plaque up there on that roof rack. The roof rack is very, very thick, very robust on this one too. Got these little silver panels on the side. I think those are like ramps for like if you get stuck, you kind of stick them under the tires. But yeah, really cool. The mirrors do have reflective stickers in them. They look pretty accurate. These are going to be plastic, and I think these are going to be a lot more fragile than other cars just because they have so much on them. But yeah, mirrors look pretty good. They've got those little reflective pieces in them. Does the interior have anything crazy? I know it's got some color in that back section. What about the front? I can't tell. That's really hard to see in there. Let me look off camera real quick, just make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think so. I think the interior might just be black, aside from like the floorboard, and then like the side of the doors are also in that like same tan color. There might be some color in there, I'm not sure, but anyways, yeah. And then here's the back view. You got the ladder that goes up to the top right there. There's an axe up here, which is cool. There's another little tool right here that goes across at the top. I don't know exactly what that is. Little side windows look good. Defroster lines on the rear. Again, the spare tire. It's got the Camel trophy on the little license plate right there. Taillights are all done in just paint. So no acrylic taillights on these, which I honestly think is fine. I think Mini GT did the same thing on theirs. Yeah, Mini GT did it the same way, so I'm not too mad at that, especially because there's so many. I think it looks, as long as it looks very uniform and like it's done well, I'm not too mad about that. It looks pretty good. It's done in like metallic paints, so you can see the little hinges for the back door. Looks like there's 3 of them. Land Rover badge right there. So yeah, little exhaust coming out the side, just a small one, and then its back bumper has like some nice rivets on it. Yeah, this is really, really cool. This is awesome. Man, the amount of detail they could pack into these things is kind of crazy. Because this is a pretty small truck too. Like this is just a single door Land Rover 90. Like the amount of detail they put on this is insane. Most notably, I really like that photo etch material in the grill areas that covers the headlights. I think that looks awesome. The acrylic lights on the up here on these, yeah, overall really, really cool. Let's take a look at the other one too. So this is the support unit. As far as I understand, this is kind of like something you don't see. Well, I mean, how many companies do Camel trophy stuff? Not really a lot, I guess. I guess we have Mini GT, AR box. Are there any other companies that do this stuff? Maybe not, but this is the first time we've seen a support unit like this. So it's the 110, but instead of having the second row of doors right here, it's got this whole like covered section on the back, which is really cool. It still has this really nice snorkel piece, which is actually funny. This sticks up way farther on this one. It sticks up like past the roof. But again, nicely detailed. It's still got the tools on the front hood. So it's got I think there's a little shovel right here. And then it's got this spade on this side. Spare tire on the hood again, and also the one on the back, so it retains all that. It's got the fuel cap right there, which is cool. Again, same front bumper with that photo etch material. It looks like the one on this side is kind of like angled down a little bit. Like it's not straight across, which is kind of weird. I wonder if I could... Oh, it looks like you might be able to kind of bend it back up into a straight position. I don't want to break it, obviously. Ooh, the whole bumper's loose. You guys see that? Holy moly. I'm going to hopefully not break that. I bet that glues back on pretty easily, though. But yeah, that whole front bumper's loose. There's like a little hair. Oh, it's like a little plastic fiber. So yeah, this one's a little crooked, which kind of sucks. I'm going to try to see if I can maybe get that to bend out straight without ripping the bumper off. But it does have the winch on the front. Headlights and everything look really good again. Again, the mirrors are very detailed with the reflective stickers in them. Man, these things just look awesome. This thing actually has some extra detail in the wheels too. It's got these little round holes that go all the way around. The other one did not have those, so a little bit different wheel on this one, which is kind of neat. That's some pretty good attention to detail. Even on the spares, you can see those extra holes. Was it like that? Yeah, it was like that for that one too. So that's pretty cool. And then here's the back view. Pretty much the same as the 90s, just obviously the 110 is just a much bigger truck. But yeah, this thing looks really cool. It looks like there's some sort of like mesh window in the back of this one. Obviously, you can't really see in the back that well, but it's pretty interesting. Yeah, these are awesome. I really like these. I'm going to hopefully maybe kind of fix my front bumper on this one a little bit. I might just leave it be. And that can definitely bend like back up into place. Just got to make sure that this thing doesn't fall off because that is pretty loose. But yeah, these are cool. I'll probably do a proper comparison once AR Box and Mini DT have the same, at least from the same year, right? So like if AR Box releases a Land Rover Defender 110 from like what year are the Mini DTs? 1989. So like if they were to release like a 1989 Defender 110, then obviously we can do a direct comparison. Or if if AR Box does like the Range Rover, we could compare the Range Rovers. Or if Mini DT makes one of these, which Mini DT has a bunch of Camel Trophy stuff upcoming, like that helicopter set. Man, between AR Box and Mini DT, we're gonna be like set on Camel Trophy, I think. Anyways, let's take a look at these little plastic parts. I think these all just sit up in the top. We might be able to reference this Mini DT Defender for like reference too, but let's check out these little pieces. So I don't know what all this stuff is. I guess these are just like little trunks. They do have the Camel Trophy logo on them, which is really cool. So it's got two of these, and then it has this little thing right here, which I'm not really sure what that is. I was thinking maybe that was a rack for these fuel jugs, and then there's 4 of these green fuel jugs too. Oh, it is, yeah. So this is a rack for these. I assume they sit in there like this. Maybe they get pushed down all the way in there. I don't know. I don't want to like break anything. I guess it kind of has a picture on the box, doesn't it? Yeah, so they sit in that little tray at the very back, and then these little silver parts sit up at the front. So it looks like these just kind of, I guess it doesn't really matter how you put them in there. I guess you can just put them in there. So you can just set these little things. Actually, do they have, oh no, they don't. I was going to say, do they have like a little slot on the bottom? So you can just kind of put those in there like that. And then I'm going to try to put these little fuel canisters in here. They should all just slide down in there. Yeah, that's working pretty well. So that goes in there. This one on the side doesn't really want to go all the way down. That's okay though. And then it looks like this one kind of has like little slots on each side so that it'll sit in the, oh, there's holes for it. Okay, cool. So you'll put this in these little holes. This might actually be kind of difficult. It's really small. Maybe it goes the other way. Oh, these things keep moving around. Yeah, this is kind of hard to, trying to keep it on camera too. Guess it kind of sits in those holes like that. I think I've got a little bit of extra material on this that needs to be removed. But yeah, it's got these little holes. I'm gonna try to take these little fuel jugs out and then do it. maybe that'll make it a little bit easier. Let's dump those out too. I feel like one peg is bigger than the other. Maybe not. Which way does it go? I don't really think that's going to tell me much. I think the basket's pretty much uniform on both sides, so maybe it goes in like this. No, I think it'd probably be better if we do it facing the front. I know this is taking forever, but I'm kind of enjoying this. Yeah, these little peg things don't really want to go, unless you got to push it down pretty good, which I don't really want to break anything. It feels like it's in there. I might have to play around with this some more off camera, because... Oh, there we go. It kind of starts to fit like that. So maybe facing backwards. It doesn't really want to stay in those holes though. I think I've got like some extra material on this that needs to come off. I don't know. Like I keep seeing there's this little like blob of plastic on the back right there. I think this might need to be cut off or something. This is really cool though. I want to figure out how to get it set in there. Yeah, I guess there's not really much more I can do than that. I'll have to play around with that later, but yeah, this is awesome. This is, I do personally think that these are better than the mini DTs, but also you have to kind of, you also kind of have to take in the price into consideration, because these are a lot more expensive than the mini DTs too, so I can see the argument for both. The mini DTs I think are still very good, but these AR boxes are almost on another level. Like, I mean, even just with the suspension, that's like a pretty good upgrade already. But yeah, this is really cool. I really enjoy these. I'm definitely going to be getting more. There also was, I think it was this same Defender 90 that was released to HEC, came with a canoe that went on the top of it, like a green canoe. I think that specific version was a lot more limited. I think they only made like 1,200 and something of those. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get as many of these as I can. I think these are awesome. So anyways, you guys also let me know what you think down in the comments below. This video's been going for a while, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. But yeah, I personally really like these. If you're a big Camel trophy fan, I really do recommend them. These are awesome. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.